He's flirted with no-hitters. He's made the All-Star team. But the thing he has not done is beat the rival Dodgers. In 6 big league seasons, Cain is 0-7 against Dodger Blue. Matt Cain takes them out looking to beat L.A. Game 2 of the series next.
It's a beautiful night in downtown San Francisco. There is Giants Hall of Famer Orlando Cepeda, El Hijo de Perucho. Cha-Cha Cepeda, who did a lot of damage against the Dodgers in his days with the Giants. Giants are looking for some of that mojo right now as they take on the Dodgers. I'm John Miller with Mike Krukow. Welcome to Giants Baseball. And they have not been able to beat the Dodgers, at least not as much as they'd like to, 1-3 against L.A. They've not been able to beat the Western Division as a group, 8-15. They're 25-12 against the rest of the National League. But inside the division, it's been pretty much a nightmare, Mike.
Well, they're 8-15. That is kind of weird how they're playing a team, the Dodgers, who are 19-5 within the National League West. But yet, going into tonight's ballgame, the Giants are just a half game back of the Dodgers, and they have a chance to overcome them. So here's what has to happen. The Giants have to start playing a better brand of baseball. They have to be smarter in the base pass, they have to be more selective at the plate, and they have to throw more strikes as a pitching staff. You do all that, you can play with anybody, and that'll be the keys tonight.
On the other hand, there's Matt Cain, and he has his own miseries against the Dodgers. He hasn't beaten the Dodgers this year. He has never beaten the Dodgers.
Well, that's a little bit of a fluke. The guy is 0-7. That's true. But everybody who knows the trials and tribulations of Matt Cain knows that he has pitched well against the Dodgers a lot of those times. He just hasn't got any runs. So, the other key tonight, get Matt Cain a few runs and see how that works.
It's almost like Harry. Let's get some runs. All right. So the Giants looking for some runs, looking to beat L.A. and get this series even. Stay tuned now. Raj Mathai, NBC Bay Area Sports Director, on Freddie Sanchez with the Xfinity pregame show coming up right after this.
for the Giants. It could get better. They have been struggling of late. We said it at the beginning of this homestand. This is a very perilous time of the season for the Giants. The Red Sox came into town and won the series. Now the Dodgers trying to do the same thing. Good evening to you. I'm Roger Mathai. Thanks for joining us tonight. On top of that, the Red Sox and the Dodgers, keep in mind that tomorrow afternoon, after this series is over, the Giants embark on a season-high 11-game road trip. So a lot going on here, especially the fact that they've lost 7 of their last 10 games. But the great thing about baseball, you just got to forget about what happened last night. Focus on tonight. Dodgers pitcher John Eli going to be facing Aubrey Huff and Freddie Sanchez, some hot hitters for the Giants, and that leads us to our Xfinity Game Vision. You can be like your own producer or director at home, controlling the action and controlling the video. Sanchez, born in Hollywood, loves to hit against his hometown Dodgers, including last night that clutch RBI single in the bottom of the 6th inning to tie the game. Freddie Sanchez grew up right near Dodger Stadium. In his career against the Dodgers, he's batting .322, which includes last night. Xfinity Game Vision, powered by Xfinity TV On Demand, the only place you can catch complete replays of every Giants game all season long. Just tune in to Channel 1. Okay, the big topic for Giants fans, unfortunately for Pablo Sandoval, is what happened to him last night. Well, to his credit, Pablo Sandoval checks in with us and explains his side of the story. We'll also check in with Bruce Bochy and Aubrey Huff. Giants pregame coming back right now. Taking extra fielding practice and batting practice. The first one also to address what happened last night to our cameras. Here now is Pablo Sandoval, Bruce Bochy, and Aubrey Huff.
It's part of the game. That happened. You learn about the mistake you make. That was I make a decision. I want to go. I want to hustle. That was part of the game. When you play a game like this, you want to hustle too much. You want to help support. They got support to the team. For those, I make a mistake, but today is a new day.
Sure, it's a big play, but you can't fault the guy for hustling and for his thinking. He just got deked by Aaron's break and didn't realize he was not going home. But I don't want to take that away from him. His enthusiasm and his hustle, and I like the way he's swinging right now. So you have to be careful. I mean, you hate to break a guy's spirit because he's out there trying to do the right thing and playing as hard as he can.
Pablo's going to be fine. He's a young player, guys. People have got to realize how young he still is, and when you're on a national spotlight, you're trying to catch a playoff, and it gets magnified more and more. And for him, I think he just got to, go out there and play and keep learning, and that's some things that you see a young player have to do over the course of his year. I had to do it. Everybody's had to do it.
We're in a little rut right now. We've lost some series, and then to lose the first game. Like we lost last night, you have to deal with it, and that's what separates an average team from the good teams.
Yeah, and do not discount the importance and the role of Bruce Bochy here. This might be the most critical time of his tenure with the Giants. He's got a pretty good team here. They can continue to slide downwards or pick it up and go on the uptick. Bruce Bochy and the Giants ready to go. Game 2, Giants and Dodgers. When we return, first pitch and starting lineups right here on NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network.
Of the man himself, the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, and 24 palm trees for number 24, Willie Mays. The game time weather brought to you by Southwest Airlines, where bags fly free. 62 degrees with very light winds, the humidity 65%, the forecast clear, practically perfect. Giants are on the field. We're getting ready to play ball here. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Rafael Furcal at short. Russell Martin back in there at catcher. Andre Ethier. And this guy has been a big problem for Matt Cain. A .545 lifetime average against him. Manny Ramirez hits cleanup. He's on a roll now. James Loney at first, the RBI leader for L.A. Casey Blake, last night's hero, with a home run. He's at third. Blake DeWitt at second. Reed Johnson gets a third straight start in center field. Matt Kemp on the bench, and John Eli, the rookie right-hander, is on the mound.
Defensively, the Giants are going to set it up with Burrell, Torres, and Huff. That's your outfield. Renteria, Uribe on the left side of the infield. Sanchez, Sandoval on the right side. Benji Molina in the squad putting down the signs. He'll do the catching, and the guy he'll catch tonight will be Matt Cain. 16th start of the year, 6-6, ERA 2.7 to a 4-pitch pitcher. And when he's right, he'll use a lot of fastballs, and he'll pitch to all four corners of that strike zone. 0-7 lifetime against these Dodgers, still looking for his first win against L.A.
Looked like the umpire almost started to raise his right arm there, Ed Rapuano, and then decided not to. Ball 1 to Rafael Furcal. There is a called strike. Matt Cain, who had such a great stretch of success until his most recent start in Houston last Thursday. And he's low went inside with the ball. Ended as 2-1. And all of a sudden, Thursday had one of his worst starts of the whole season.
Well, that can happen to a guy where you have 8 really good starts, like he went through a great stretch, and then all of a sudden your arm just doesn't show up one day.
On the outside corner, strike 2.
I mean, you feel good, you feel like you're throwing good, but it's just not the same type of snap on the movement. The movement's not late if there's movement at all, and you just get hit.
And the slider low and inside. Rafael Furcal, a 360 lifetime average against Cain. The umpiring alignment at Rapuano back of the plate. Crew chief Tom Hallion at first, Ron Culp at second, Lance Barksdale at third. And a foul ball right by Mariano Duncan, the first base coach. Good hands by the dude.
Steve Yanaga, our ball dude, at first base, and there's Lynn Herstein. Lynn, my foot still Herstein at third base.
He's ready. Got his game face on. And that is strike 3 for Kyle. Chased one up out of the strike zone.
A little bit of a break right there for Kyle. Usually a pretty good idea of the strike zone. Aggressive on the fastball. Could not lay off the hands-high fastball, and it's to see you later. So that's a good omen. And Lynn Herstein says he's out, and he's the final authority.
So one away. Just in case they were asking for an appeal as to whether that was a swing or not.
Lynn, did he go?
Here's Russell Martin, Dodger catcher, on the outside corner for a called strike. Martin having a real tough time this year, hitting only .241, 4 homers and only 17 batted in. And a foul out of play. Only in right center field do we still see sunshine on the field. The rest of the field covered in the shadows. And you see it out there in the big alleyway in right center. And of course the sun also reflecting off the hitter's background in center and the scoreboard complex right into the eyes of the hitter in the dirt.
You know, one of the greatest things, John, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I want to point out that, you know, the Giants cream colored jerseys, and nobody's ever really talked about it since they moved into this ballpark, but the background, if you're throwing a ball and it's coming out of your jersey, the ball blends in with those cream colored jerseys.
Back to Cain. 2 down.
And there are certain deliveries where guys will throw out of their jersey. I mean, it's not a conventional type of a release, but there are some guys that when they throw it, it appears in the eye of the hitter that ball's coming out of their jersey, and you lose it because it's the same color as the ball.
So just in case it wasn't hard enough to get a good look at the ball under these conditions with the glare of the sun off the hitter's backdrop, it can be even tougher. Here is Andre Ethier, who has been awfully tough on Matt Cain in the daytime, in the evening time, with the glare, without the glare. He has 18 hits in 33 career at-bats against Cain, a .545 average. Curveball in there for a strike.
That's a good quick hook right there. He didn't have that type of break on his curveball his last outing in Houston.
Ethier, as we take a look at what you're talking about there, Mike.
Perfect break, late snap, perfect location.
At the knees, on the outside, strike 2. Ethier has the 4th highest batting average against Cain for any active National League hitter against any current National League pitcher. So he has been that good against Kane. The slider low and inside for a ball. That's for batters who've had 25 at bats or more. Manny Ramirez has been that good against the Phillies' Joe Blanton over the years. Albert Pujols has a couple of guys he's worn out similar. And that slider got away from everybody back to the backstop, and a new ball sent to Kane.
A little bit of an overthrow there. You know, I say that about the jersey, the ball coming out of it. Remember Sid Fernandez, the lefty, when he first came up with the Dodgers? If you caught him on a day game with those really bright white home Dodger jerseys, you couldn't see the ball out of his hand because it got blocked in his jersey. And with guys who have short arm releases like Kane does, it can be an issue.
That check swing ends up in the stands just behind the Giants dugout. 3-2. And Sid Fernandez, he had some visibility issues. A lot of guys had a hard time just picking up the ball from him no matter what the conditions were.
Hard to see. Really hard to see off of him.
3-2. Just off the outside. It's a walk for Ethier. And here comes Manning. And a welcome for Manny. He's hitting .319. He had 3 hits and 3 at bats last night. And in his last 14 games, he's hitting .449. Manny's done his best hitting of the year right now. That is on the outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Manny Ramirez now 38 years old. But he has a different kind of statistical line than we're used to seeing this time of year. They're almost halfway through the year, and he has only 8 home runs, 39 RBIs. Inside, a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nice 2-pitch sequence. Went outside at the knees with the fastball. Got strike 1, then went right up above the hands. Tried to go inside corner. Missed, but still nice inside-outside sequence with the fastball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ethier at first. Right there, outside corner, knee high, strike 2.
Outside, inside, outside. A good example of why the fastball is still and will always be the best pitch. When you can put that type of location on a 93, 94 mile an hour fastball with good movement, you're going to be tough to hit.
2 down. Ethier at first. Sandoval on the bag with him. Kane with a look over there now. Peers in at Molina for the side. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the dangerous Ramirez. Way outside again, and a nice save there by Benji, keeping Ethier from moving up into scoring position.
Just a little bit of an overthrow, that breaking ball. I threw a couple like that to Ethier. Just got to move it over about 3 clicks to the right.
So Benji, 3 clicks. Benji's okay with that.
Yeah. He wants to go fastball in, I think.
And he muscles it into the gap in left center. Ethier will go to third as Torres throws back into second.
Well, so far, Manny Ramirez has not made it out in this series. Got the pitch where he wanted it. Right there at the belt. Right on the inside corner. But Ramirez, such a good hitter. Really allows that ball to get into him deep. Gets a chance to see a little bit longer than most people. And he turned around a good pitch.
So now Kane has to face the man who has been the Dodgers' best RBI man. Not Ethier, not Manny, but James Loney. Loney, despite having only 5 home runs, has 51 RBIs. He's on pace for better than 100. And he's hitting .357 in spots like this. That's ball 1. So Loney with an overall average of .294, but .357 with runners in scoring position. He's got Ethier over there at third right now. Manny Ramirez at first. Sandoval stays on the bag with him, opening that hole on the right side. That's in there. A ball and a strike to Loney.
And he will work you. He will get pitches out of you. He's not in any hurry to have his at-bat determined. Very patient hitter.
That's a base hit. Another RBI for Loney. Huff picks it up in the alleyway, and Manny, after turning second, tries to go back, and he's out. No, he's safe. The ball dropped by Renteria. And Renteria might have gotten spiked. I think Manny might have kicked the ball out of his glove.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, they had him out by a couple of feet. And he kind of hop-stepped and jumped into the bag. Aubrey Huff making a nice throw. And there you see, he kicked the glove, the ball sort of trickles out. And just horrible base running. And here's the hop step right here, just kind of.
And Manny hurt himself on that play. And I'm wondering if it maybe hurt himself even before the play itself, because he looked like he was heading for third, and then he stopped. And now he leaves with trainer Stan Conti and Joe Torre.
Well, you're talking about when he rounded the bag right here and tries to stop. Well, I didn't see it. I think if it was an injury, John, I think it was when he jumped back in. Looked like he may have hyperextended his right groin.
The Dodgers send in Matt Kemp to run for Manny Ramirez, a much faster runner. I don't know why Manny turned around, because they weren't even going to make a play on him going to third.
Maybe he landed and tweaked his left knee.
The Dodgers lead 1-0. James Loney gets the 2-out RBI single. Now last night's hero, Casey Blake. And the curve misses inside, ball one.
Good high ball hitter. You got to make good pitches low to Blake. And he could be streaky.
And that curveball in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down and nobody on. And 2 strikes to Andre Ethier. Kane ended up walking him. And then Manny Ramirez muscled one into left center for a base hit. And then Loney with a solid single to right center to knock in the run. Still 2 down, 2 men on, 1 run in. Off the outside. And this has turned into a real high stress inning for Kane. That's 29 pitches thrown in the inning for him.
Boy, he had such a great start. A strikeout for call, a little comebacker from Martin, then a walk, a knock, and now he's pitching for his life.
And again pulls the fastball outside and high. 2-1. Blake hitting .271, 8 homers, 32 runs batted in. Blake has hit 2 home runs in 18 career at bats against Kane. The left-handed batting, Blake DeWitt, is on deck. Big pitch here, 3-1. On the inside, 3-2.
Now Casey Blake could take a walk. The walk of indifference. Did not agree that inside corner was a strike. Kind of away from the target. Benjamin set that target up on the outside. It came across the inside corner. He's not thrown his changeup yet.
Kemp at second, Loney at first. 3-2 with 2 down. There they go. And he curves him. The bases are loaded. Ball 4. His second walk. 4 straight Dodgers have reached since he retired the first 2 hitters.
If you look at Stan Conti, the trainer, mouthed hamstring to Joe Torre as they were walking off.
Well, it was odd because usually when a guy strains a hamstring or pulls a hamstring, whatever, you see him pull up lame at some point. He just stops and he's in terrible pain, and he will often even reach down and grab at his leg. That never happened with Manny. DeWitt with a foul, and Uribe, plenty of room. 1 run for the Dodgers, 32 pitches for Kane. The Giants batting order now. Andres Torres leads off in center. Freddie Sanchez at second. Pablo Sandoval up in the number 3 spot at first base. Aubrey Huff is in right field, a .385 lifetime average against L.A. Pat Burrell in left. Juan Uribe at third. Molina the catcher. Edgar Renteria hits 8th at shortstop. Matt Cain the pitcher batting 9th.
What do you say we check out the Dodger defense? It'll be Johnson, Kemp, and Ethier. That's right, Kemp in the game with Manny Ramirez going down. Johnson moves over to left, so there's your outfield with excellent arms in center and right. For Colin Blake on the left side of the infield, DeWitt and Loney on the right side. Russell Martin does the catching, and on the hill will be the 24-year-old right-hander making his 11th start of the year after coming over the Dodgers in a trade for Juan Pierre back in December. Originally a White Sox project, and there you see his numbers, 3 and 5 on the year. Got off to a great start. He was 3 and 1 with a 2.18 ERA. Then he kind of hit the skids and went 0 and 3 and 5.02 in his last 3 starts. And what you're going to get from him is not a lot of velocity. He's going to be high 80s at best with his fastball, but he's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. High 3/4 release, a little deception in his delivery. But you'll see curveballs, sliders, changeups, anything at any time.
6 feet 2 inches tall, 24 years old. And the soft one is too high. 2-1 the count to Andres Torres, hitting .272, 3 homers, 22 batted in. 1-0. The Dodgers are leading. His last start this past Thursday, or actually last Wednesday, was a loss. That's a called strike, and that's a great pitcher's strike there. It's 2-2.
Rapawano likes the knees. He's a low ball umpire, and he will give some width. If you throw strikes, he'll go with it.
2-2. Against the Angels last Wednesday, he allowed 2 runs in 7 innings on only 3 hits, but lost the game 2-1. He had a long stretch of trouble before that. That's along the left field line, and that's going to be fair. Off the sidewall, Torres heading for second. Johnson's throw, not in time. Just barely fair.
Excellent 2-strike at bat. They set up in the inside corner, and this thing goes right out over the plate. And Torres stays inside it and slices it down the line. It was just going to be a matter of whether it's fair or foul. It was going to be close. Fair by about a foot. Call that close. And that's how you energize your dugout the leadoff double. Start the game.
The Dodgers with Johnson in left, Kemp in center, and Ethier in right. Freddie Sanchez wants to move Torres over to third, showing bunt, taking ball one. Most of the time when Sanchez is up there in a spot like this, especially this early in the game, you can almost guarantee that he's up there on his own, just trying to get that runner over. Bruce Bochy doesn't like to give away outs usually this early in the game. And just off the outside. Bochy would prefer that Sanchez, who handles the bat well, just try to hit the ball to the right side to get him over. Maybe in the process hit a base hit. John Eli, the young right-hander from Ohio. And that, or out of Miami of Ohio. He actually lives in Illinois. Miami of Ohio University. There is Torres, who hit its 22nd double of the year. Sanchez hitting .299, a homer, 19 batted in. 1-0 LA. And that one had movement coming back over the plate. The high strike, it's 3-1.
Freddie Sanchez taken all the way in that 3-0. Well, he's had a pretty good opportunity here to see some pitches and get an idea of movement, velocity.
It's ball four.
Not going to get those high strikes very often from Rapuano.
Now Pablo Sandoval comes up with 2 men out and nobody out.
Pablo Sandoval.
Back in the third spot in the lineup. And he's pretty excited about that.
Pablo hit the ball very well a couple of times last night. One that looked like it might be headed out of the yard that was caught at the wall in left center by Manny, and another, a big base hit to right center. 1 ball to no strikes. The base hit, however, just ended up being the precursor to a major play in that game. And Pablo was really down after the ball game last night. Down and in, and the count is 2-0. I really enjoyed Raj Mathai's piece before the game with Bruce Bochy and Aubrey Huff and some other Giants about a play like that. This is the play itself on the shallow fly ball. The throw home as Rowan had bluffed toward the plate from third, and Pablo thought he was coming, and he ended up running into a double play. And Aubrey Huff said, hey, he's a young guy. He says, I made my mistakes like that. Everybody in here has made mistakes like that.
Unfortunately, that's how you learn.
Right center field, Ethier. Tagging at second is Torres. The throw will go into second. Sanchez holds it first. And the Giants have runners at first and third down. Sandoval hit that one out off the end of the bat. And it did not have that much behind it. 1 away. The Giants have the possible tying run at third with 1 down.
And he just misses a single. Right there on the end of the bat. I don't think it was as far off the sweet spot as that broken bat would have you believe. But it was a productive out as it moved up Torres 90 feet.
Aubrey Huff, 296, 12 homers, 41 batted in. Had a 2-hit night last night. Ball 1 from Eli. The middle infield double play depth for the Dodgers.
Eli's not too sharp right now. Again, Russell Martin sitting up on the outside corner. That ball came across the plate inside. So he has done that quite a bit. And he's done it with the fastball. And you can see and understand the first inning of the guy doing a lot with a breaking ball or a specialty pitch, but not with a fastball.
And that changeup is pulled foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Back to Roberto Kelly, the first base coach.
Eli's changeup is a circle change. I would have to believe that that's the changeup of choice if you were to pull all the guys together and see how they held their change-ups, most of them would say the circle change.
Pulled out of the dirt by Russell Martin. 2 balls and 1 strike. And he continues to struggle with his command right now. Trying to get a ground ball here from Aubrey Huff.
It's kind of unusual. He's struggling with the fastball command, not so much with the other stuff.
Two and 1 the count. And back to that changeup. And another foul by Huff on the changeup. Here's Pat Burrell on deck. So John Eli will try it again. 2-2 to Aubrey Huff with Torres at third, Sanchez at first. That is foul. Another changeup from Eli.
He held it long enough.
First place San Diego hosting Colorado tonight down at Petco Park. No score there after 2 innings. We'll keep an eye on that game for you tonight. Back in left field, Reed Johnson toward left center. Tagging at third is Torres. The throw back towards second, and this game is tied up.
Excellent at bat. And he got a good pitch to do it with. He was looking for something up. And if you watch Aubrey Huff, I mean, he likes the ball middle away. He has a nice flat swing. And a real nice top hand throw. Watch the flat stroke and the top hand throw, and then he gets a lot of backspin on this ball. Some ballparks, this is out of here. Nice at bat to get the job done. Gonna be ball game.
2 down. Sanchez still at first. Here's Pat Burrell outside. And again, Eli struggling with that fastball, and even the one he threw to Huff for the sac fly was up and out over the plate, as you pointed out. Pat Burrell, his overall average 254, 328 as a Giant in the National League. That slider is off the outside. 2-0. 22 pitches in the inning for John Eli. '42nd RBI of the year for Aubrey Huff. Leads the club with 5 sacrifice flies. Got the corner on that one. 2-1.
And he's painting with the specialty pitches. It's the fastball that's putting him in a hole. That was a little slider, and I mean, it was, you couldn't run it up there and put it in a better spot. And he threw it in a 2-0 count.
Well, Burrell has averaged a home run for every 14.5 official at bats as a Giant. And that slider is way off the outside. 3-1. Uribe on deck. Three balls and a strike. We'll keep an eye on Sanchez, the runner at first. 2 down. Loney on the bag with him. He's not running. And that's too low. Second walk of the inning allowed by Eli. So 2 men on. And now Uribe will come up. Uribe in the number 6 spot in the order. And Rick Honeycutt, the Dodger pitching coach, out to the mound to counsel young John Eli. Russell Martin also out there. Day game here tomorrow at 12:45. Baseball in the sunshine. The weather has just been spectacular here in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Could not be any better. And it's just beautiful conditions for baseball and for watching baseball.
Jonathan Sanchez tomorrow against Vicente Padilla. 12:45. Come out and join us. Tickets available at sfgiants.com. There's the view of the Bay Bridge. And that is from the famous splash cam of AT&T Park.
Best look here in the entire stadium is from that splash cam.
2 on, 2 out. The slider strike on the outside edge.
I think that may have been the message from Rick Honeycutt. Stay with the slider. The fastball is lying to you.
Uribe, 270 average, 12 home runs, 45 driven in. He was hitting in the cleanup spot there for several days, but his average started going down as the cleanup man. Ooh, that one just disappeared.
You know, we talk about the fastball. He hasn't really had great command with it. I think this is a guy who doesn't really believe in his fastball. I mean, you know, he doesn't have great velocity. He has to kind of locate the fastball, change movement on it. I think what he believes in is his other stuff, and it really has showed in this inning.
Another changeup. Did he swing? No, says first base umpire Tom Hallian, the crew chief.
That was close.
In the last 9 games, Uribe with only 5 hits in 34 at-bats. And he has not had a hit with a runner in scoring position since June 12th, 17 days ago. He is the Giants' leading RBI man. I'd like to see him get it going again. 1-1 the score. The slider, just off the outside.
Well, I mean, by about a quarter width of a baseball. That's how much that was outside. Russell Martin setting that target way out, and I think that may have taken away the pitch. Sometimes the umpire sees a catcher set way outside. He kind of thinks, well, if he's going to call a strike, it's going to be called off his left knee, not the right knee.
Struck him out with the changeup. And so it goes for Uribe right now. The Giants get a run to tie it as we head to the second. Man right now, to which you can call 877. It's a toll-free number, 877-JR-GIANT. You can also visit the website, jrgiant.org. And the Giants are raising money for the Junior Giants program, providing baseball for kids in underserved communities. It's been a great program, a free program for 16,000 boys and girls in more than 85 underserved communities. So give them a call right now. A lot of great thank you gifts, including a game-used base from this series signed by Willie McCovey. Stretch, the man himself. And that ball is hit foul off the right field line by Reed Johnson. If you donate $4,400, of course, McCovey, number 44, you could get that thank you gift, the McCovey signed game-used base from this Giants-Dodger series. It also gives for smaller donations as well. Whatever you care to donate will be gratefully received. Call 877-JR-GIANT right now. Help fund this great program. It's been an organization-wide effort this year. Giants front office employees, the players, the staff of the Giants ball club itself have been very active in making donations. And that that phone number will be manned by people all night long. 1-2 from Matt Cain to Reed Johnson. Back to the screen.
He was right on that fastball.
Reed Johnson started with the third straight game in place of Matt Kemp. He had a 3-hit game Sunday night against the Yankees. Starting for Kemp. Kemp has had a terrible month of June, hitting only 196. And Joe Torre said after the Sunday game that he liked the energy and the production from Reed Johnson. So he was in there again last night as that slider misses in the dirt outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And then after last night, he still seemed to be very satisfied. So Johnson in there again for Matt Kemp for the 3rd straight day. Although Kemp is now in this game as Manny Ramirez apparently strained a hamstring. Running the bases in the 1st inning. That's why he's out. Out toward the big gap in right center. Plenty of room out there for Aubrey Huff. Torres backing him up in the play. 1 away.
Yeah, that's a big out. Matt Cain had faced 7 Dodgers in the top of the 1st inning, and he threw a lot of pitches. And you really kind of hold your breath when he starts the next inning off and faces the leadoff hitter. If that leadoff hitter gets on, then it's going to be another inning where he's going to have to really do a lot of work out of the stretch. And then getting that first out is, that's a big out, especially when your team's tied the score for you in the bottom of the 1st.
John Eli, the pitcher. Strike 1. Eli. 2 hits and 18 at bats. He does have an RBI. 1-1 the score. On the outside, strike 2. He puts him away.
Good morning, good afternoon, and go grab some pine meat. Well, Comcast Sportsnet has complete Giants coverage on Sportsnet Central every night at 10:30 p.m. Comcast Sportsnet, authentic Bay Area sports.
2 down, nobody on, and Rafael Furcal will come up. Furcal giving Eli a little time to get back into the dugout, as is customary after a pitcher bats, especially with 2 down. Furcal struck out his first time. He's done pretty well lifetime against Matt Cain, and he's been on a roll here the last 3 days. That's a little bit low. He had a 3-hit game against the Yankees on Saturday. Scored 3 runs. He was igniting the offense all day. Reached base 4 times Sunday against New York. Freddie Sanchez. And that is a 10-pitch inning for Matt Cain. He needed it. Molina, Renteria, Cain coming up.
He has 3 home runs and 11 RBI. Guys, I was talking to Aubrey before the game, and he's loving it this season. You know what? So many years in Baltimore where they didn't have a chance to go to the playoffs, but now, 4.5 games out of first place, and Huff's saying this is fantastic. Looking forward to a great stretch drive here going into the summer. Guys, back up to you.
Yeah, Baltimore, the Orioles have had losing seasons for 12 consecutive years. And before that was with Tampa Bay, before the Rays got good. And they were still an expansion team, getting beat up all the time. Here's Benji Molina, too high from Eli for ball 1.
Well, Aubrey Huff makes no bones about it. He'll tell you right flat out, this is the most fun I've ever had. This is the best city I've ever played in. Winning does a lot for a player, especially when you've been in the big leagues for 10 years and you've never won. The first time you get into a pennant race, it's exhilarating. It's the most exciting thing you've ever done. You know, and I hope that this is the kind of year that we remember the Bay Area. And I can give you 2 really good reasons why I feel that way. Aubrey Huff and Freddie Sanchez. Because they're both in the same boat. And if they ever got to the playoffs the first time, that would be fun to watch them get there.
Curveball in the dirt to Benji. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Molina, 255 average, 3 home runs, 17 batted in. And Benji, it's been a long time since he's really been able to sustain any kind of a streak with that bat. And the fastball up and away, 3-2.
Now this becomes a big pitch. Eli threw a lot of pitches the first inning, a lot out of the stretch, gave up a run, stress inning, and this leadoff hitter, that represents a lot. If he gets on or if he makes an out.
30 pitch first inning for Eli. Benji fouls that one away. And Eli will get a new ball and try it again. Giants 1, Dodgers 1. Just starting the last of the second. And the high fastball. There is DeWitt. And Benji is retired, 1 away. Edgar Renteria now. Edgar had an 0 for 4 night last night. And he struck out into a double play, grounded into a double play, and then on his fly ball to right in the 7th inning, Pablo ran into a double play. But he has been hitting the ball more often than not very well for the Giants. Even after the 0 for 4 last night, his average for the year is at .333. 1 out, nobody on. Just off the outside and maybe a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, we want to say hello to Stella Chavez from San Jose, a Giants fan since 1958. She's recovering from back surgery, and we want to wish her well.
Edgar late on that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So Stella, get better and get back out here to the yard where you belong.
Stella. Ooh, that slider stayed off the inside. Movement coming back to the plate, though. 2-2.
And they're sitting up on that inside corner. A front door slider or a front door, anything that works its way over the back across the plate can be a dangerous pitch. Here he comes right back with another off-speed pitch and gets a strikeout. So right now, the fastball for John Eli is like his 4th best pitch. Oh, yeah. Lynn Herstein's got his glasses on, John. That usually means he's ready.
And Herstein, the bald dude who is also one of the men in black.
Oh, yeah. He needs to pull up that one sock, though.
Yeah. Matt Cain, 1 ball, 1 strike. Albert Pujols has hit a couple of home runs tonight in St. Louis. The Cardinals clobbering the D-backs 8-0. They played 3 full innings now in San Diego. Rockies nothing, Padres nothing. And Cain has a 3 ball, 1 strike count. And again, Eli having a hard time making that fastball go where he wants it to go.
It is not his friend. It is absolutely not his friend. He needs to make a pitch. I mean, he makes it with an off-speed pitch.
3-2. And that was an off-speed pitch. By the way, Carlos Gonzalez in the top of the 4th inning has just hit a home run for the Rockies. So they have now gone ahead 1-0 over the Pods. Kane rips it left center, but there is Johnson. We're going to the 3rd. Martin, Ethier, and Kemp coming up.
And see who all is enjoying the game. Budweiser, it's what we do. A lot of smiles. Everybody's got their gloves on. More smiles. Few game faces. But after all, this is the Dodger-Giants series.
Dodgers won, Giants won. The Giants, they need to get a couple of things turned around. Number one, they need to start beating L.A., and especially here, the Dodgers have been more than right at home in this ballpark for several years now. But also they need to, as Russell Martin hits a base hit to left field. He hit a comeback for his first time, but he is aboard with the Dodgers' 3rd hit. And the batter will be the bane of Matt Cain's existence, Andre Ethier. But the Giants also have not been able to beat the teams in their own division. They are 25-12 against all the National League teams they've faced outside of the Western Division, which is pretty good. A lot better than the Dodgers have done. A lot better than anybody else in the West has done outside of their own division. But the Giants have been getting clobbered inside the division, especially by the Padres and Dodgers. And a curveball for a strike to Ethier. Giants are 8-15 against the West, 2-10 against the Dodgers and Padres. They've held their own against the Rockies, and they have a winning record against the D-backs. And he was late on that fastball. 0-2 the count.
It is kind of a strange statistic when you think that the Giants in the National League West, they've won just 8 games, they've lost 15. The Dodgers are 19-5. Yet the Giants just a half game back of the Dodgers in the standings. So it's kind of a weird season in the National League West.
And that will go back out of play as well. The Dodgers, as you say, 19-5. And they are 18-19 against all the other teams in the National League in the Central and Eastern divisions, where the Giants have gone 25-12 against those same clubs. So the Dodgers have run the table within the division. Ethier fights off another one.
Well, he's got him set up for an elevated fastball. Both those last fastballs that he swung at were down around the knees. He fouled them off. He was on him. 0-2 count. You have a chance to go out of the strike zone and hope he chases. You could go right up across the letters and you might get him.
Ethier, 18 hits, 33 at bats, plus 4 walks in his career against Kane. He walked and scored a run in the first inning tonight. 0-2 the count. And the changeup. He swung at it.
Wow.
The plate umpire Rapuano made the call.
That was a changeup on a check swing, and I don't know if he thought it was fouled and maybe caught before it hit the ground, or if it was just a swing and miss. Clearly, it was not a foul. And Rapuano not asking for any help, just says, "Yo, you went around." Did he go? No, he did not. That's a break. And Ethier saying, "Ask for help."
Come on. So Matt Cain finally retires Andre Ethier. Russell Martin still at first, and now Matt Kemp to the plate. Kemp playing for the first time only because of the injury to Manny Ramirez since Saturday. He was not in the starting lineup tonight. Manny Ramirez strained a hamstring running the bases in the first inning. So Kemp hitting 196 in the month of June and 258 overall for the year, but a dangerous hitter, a lot of power. He's got 12 home runs and 40 runs batted in this year. Runner goes. Molina's throw. He's in there with a steal. So Russell Martin, the catcher, gets his 5th steal of the year.
Pretty good jump. And indeed, he was safe. I thought from up here, the first time we saw it live without a replay, I thought he was out. But in looking at this play, I think he did beat it. Boy, he had a nice jump.
Meanwhile, 0-2 to Matt Kemp, but now a runner in scoring position. Pickoff play. Sanchez. No tag. And that curveball is fouled out of play.
The first inning, Manny Ramirez rounding second base, stopped to come back to the bag, then lunged, and in doing so aggravated what we think is a hamstring. We saw Stan Conte, the Dodgers trainer, come out and mouth it to Joe Torre that it was a hamstring, and that is all that we have heard. That is why Kemp is in the game. Ramirez had to leave.
Pablo Sandoval going over, and it is back in amongst the customers here. 0-2 the count.
Oh yeah, the Panda tribe gets bigger every day.
2 strikes to Matt Kemp. James Loney, the Dodgers RBI leader, on deck. Martin, the runner at second, 1 out. 1-1 the score. And Sandoval has room. That's all for Matt Kemp. 2 down.
Time now for Toyota by the numbers. Say yes to unbelievable deals on your favorite Toyotas, all of your favorite Toyotas, and see your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, yes, on this date, June 29th, 1905, Archibald Moonlight Graham of the New York Giants played in his only career game. The Giants won that ball game 11-1 against the Brooklyn Suburbans at Washington Park in Brooklyn. And in that game, he did not get in at bat.
He was made famous in the movie Field of Dreams. Burt Lancaster played Moonlight Graham. He just sort of appeared to Kevin Costner. And according to the story in the movie, he had become a doctor. And that is called strike on the outside. 0-1 to James Loney, who knocked in the Dodgers' run in the first inning.
Well, that's my favorite movie. And then when I found out that Archibald Moonlight Graham was a real guy and that he played for the Giants, it was like, no. And he made it better. Very cool.
0-1 the count. Change up, low and outside. Moonlight Graham never got into a game as a hitter. So he got into the game. And in the movie, and the book as well, by Kinsella, he comes as a kid once again, the age he was when he broke in with the Giants, and he got to play against all those big leaguers in the Field of Dreams there in Iowa. That's it. Burrow takes it. Loney hit it hard. A runner stranded. It's 1-1. Top of the order coming for the Giants.
.23 games, a .330 average, and 9 home runs. How about some notables from the AA Richmond team? Thomas Neal, in his last 4 games, he's 10 for 20 with 4 home runs. And this might be a very interesting story in the months and years to come. Tony Pena Jr. trying to make a comeback in Major League Baseball. Yes, that Tony Pena Jr., the son of Tony Pena Sr. Of course, Tony Pena Jr. was with the Royals a few years ago as a shortstop. After he was released, though, trying to reinvent himself as a pitcher now in the Giants organization. Gentlemen, back up to you.
All right. Thanks, Raj, for the report. John Bowker has really been hitting the ball well down in Fresno and hitting the long ball. Strike 1 to Andres Torres, who hit a double down the left field line and scored the Giants' run. It's 1-1. John Eli with a curveball in the dirt. A ball and a strike. Freddie Sanchez on deck. Pablo Sandoval due up third.
It'll be interesting to see what type of adjustments the Giants make the second time through against Eli.
That one into the second deck off the left field line. And a fan made the catch out there.
I think what they're going to collectively do this time through the lineup is sit slider speed. I don't think they're going to really concern themselves with his fastball. He hasn't really shown that he can be effective with it yet. But he's throwing lots and lots of off-speed stuff. Again, a 1-2 changeup as a payout pitch. It is a good changeup. It's a high 3/4 release. And he sells it well with his arm action. You can see the arm action very, very convincing. Good whip, good action, good release. That's what sets up the changeup.
Freddie Sanchez walked his first time. And that is in there for a strike. No, you can't use whip anymore. Whip is walks and hits per innings pitched.
Oh.
That is foul into the seats beyond the visiting bullpen. 0-2 to Sanchez.
I can't use Vorp either.
No, Vorp you can use.
Like I Vorped after dinner.
There's a new one now, a new stat called WAR. Have you seen that one?
No.
Base hit. DeWitt with the dive could not get to it. So an 0-2 base hit for Freddie Sanchez.
Well, tune into the NBC Bay Area Morning News Team for early news, traffic, and weather updates weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
So tomorrow morning.
At 4:30 a.m. Where are you at 4:30 tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm right there by the TV. Not. Oh, tomorrow we have to pack, though.
Pack day.
Oh, yeah, I'll be up. Pablo Sandoval broke his bat on a fly ball to right center. This is a double play ball. There's 1 and 2, a double play. So it goes for Sandoval. That's the 18th double play into which he's grounded.
Fractured his face. He will be on the hill tomorrow for the Dodgers. Game time 12:45. To purchase Giants tickets, go to sfgiants.com. That's the Giants Dodgers tomorrow here at AT&T. There's Jonathan Sanchez. Not quite yet working on his game face.
Sanchez got the win on Friday night against the Red Sox, which is the last time the Giants won a game. They have lost 7 out of 10 overall, including each of the last 3 series. Matt Cain with a slider for a strike to Casey Blake. Blake, DeWitt, and then Johnson here in the 4th inning. 1-1 the score. 0-2.
2 perfect location pitches to gain a quick 0-2 advantage.
Andres Torres barely has to move to catch this one.
Well, did a nice job of keeping that ball down and hold it bad. Got to an 0-2, and then he went underneath the strike zone. Talk about how good a hitter Casey Blake is on mistakes up. He's almost unforgiving, especially fastballs up. Keep the ball down, you got a chance to get him. Good chance.
Blake DeWitt fouled out to third his first time. Ball one. Day game tomorrow, after which the Giants will fly to Denver. Their first trip to Coors Field. They'll start a 4-game series at Coors and an 11-game road trip that will take them right up to the All-Star break. 4 at Coors Field and then 4 in Milwaukee. And then 3 in Washington. Good changeup. That was a beauty. 2-1 on a 2-0 pitch.
That's a pitch he didn't really throw a whole lot of the first couple of innings. It's starting to be a good pitch for him now. Get a guy out there reaching like that. You made a good pitch.
3-1 now. Jason Hamill pitching for the Rockies tonight, which means that he would be scheduled to go on Sunday, the final game of that series in Denver, up against Matt Cain. And it's a walk. Cain loses Blake DeWitt. That's his third walk. 1 out, runner at first, and the batter, Reed Johnson. Colorado 1 and the Padres nothing in the last of the 5th inning down at Petco Park. Carlos Gonzalez, a home run there for the only run of the game. Good slider, 0-1 to Reed Johnson, who flied out to right center his first time. Colorado's with that 1-0 lead over San Diego, facing Wade LeBlanc, the tricky left-hander. And LeBlanc gave up that home run to Carlos Gonzalez, and it's the only hit that he's allowed in 5 innings down there. And he's trailing. Slider. And it's a ball and a strike. The Milwaukee Brewers, whom the Giants will face on Monday in the start of a 4-game series, they have had a very poor year until lately. They have started to turn things around. They beat Houston tonight 7-5 at Miller Park. Prince Fielder was off to a terrible start. Their big slugging first baseman. But he had a lot of home runs in the interleague play. Did he swing? Wow, that's great pitch recognition by Reed Johnson.
A good take, indeed. That was not an easy take. When you throw the same pitch 2 strikes, he may get after it. 3 pitches, 3 breaking balls, and he spit on the last couple of good ones. So it seems to me that he's seeing that breaking ball pretty good right now.
Pretty good breeze blowing straight out toward left field. And a foul out of play off the right field line. It's the time of night with the sun setting and reflecting off the picture windows in the East Bay Hills. A vista that is part of the panorama that you get when you're here at AT&T Park.
Yeah, it looks like bonfires across the bay. Always like this time of day. Who doesn't like evening time?
2-2 the count to Reed Johnson. DeWitt at first, 1 out.
See ya.
So maybe when he was detecting the slider, he just said, well, I'm not swinging at that.
Well, this one he may have thought better of. Maybe take a hack or 2 at that bad boy. I mean, that's right there. Have a little hang to it. You know, those are the kind of pitches that you think about for not just, you know, an inning or 2, but for like a week.
As in, man, I could have hit that ball 450 feet.
Yeah. All I had to do was swing.
I mean, he doesn't swing at one. that's as nasty as a slider can be. It looks like it's coming in at the knees and disappears. No, he takes that one. Then there's one right there sitting at the belt for about 3 minutes waiting for him to crush it. Took that one too. What Ernie Harwell used to say, got called out for excessive window shopping.
I really am trying to explain these hacks that Eli's been taking. They're entertaining to say the least. It looks like he's taking his at bat with roller skates on. But hey, he's got a couple of knocks, so he's a threat.
The Segway's going by. There's a whole army of Segway guys going by out on the port walk. You check out the game for a little bit. And that's the way to check out the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right in your Segway, have a look. How come we don't have one of those?
We need to get a couple of those.
1-2 the count. Strike 3 called. Aubrey Huff, Pat Burrell, Uribe coming up.
Ballpark tonight, Fernando Valenzuela works for the Dodgers Spanish radio team. A notable anniversary, Fernando, on this day for Valenzuela 20 years ago, June 29th, 1990. Yes, we flash back. He tossed his only no-hitter of his career against the Cardinals at Dodger Stadium. 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 0 hits. Fernando and the Dodgers beat the Cardinals. Now, what makes this day remarkable, June 29th, 1990, earlier in that day, Dave Stewart of the A's also tossed a no-hitter against the Blue Jays in Toronto. Gentlemen?
The first time in Major League history that 2 no-hitters were pitched in both leagues on the same day in Major League history. There he is, Fernando, working with Jaime Jarrín, who's on the left side of the screen there. La Voz de los Dodgers en Español. And Jaime, who several years back won the Ford C. Frick Award in baseball's Hall of Fame. And Jaime has been broadcasting the Dodgers in Spanish almost as long as the Dodgers have been in L.A. Great broadcaster, Hall of Famer, and a great gentleman, too. There's a called strike to Aubrey Huff. He drove in the Giants' run in the first inning with a sacrifice fly to deep left center. Pat Burrell on deck, then Juan Uribe do third. Eli with that slider down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 6th in San Diego. 1-0 Colorado leading the Padres. Long run there for DeWitt, and he throws him out. Ball not hit that hard. He had a lot of time to go after it. Now, Pat Burrell, he walked his first time. Tomorrow, 12:45. Getaway day for the Giants, their final home game until after the All-Star break.
Grab some pine meat.
Oh, well, yeah. Doesn't that mean grab some pine ham? Grab some pine pork. Grab some pine side of pork.
Yeah, they had fun doing that. Lots of attitude. Good attitude with those two.
That's a foul off the right field line. 0-2 to Burrow. Uribe on deck. Dodgers scored a run in the first on a Loney single. The Giants got a run on Huff's sacrifice fly. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A Giants fan and a Dodger fan side by side there. The Dodger fan is from Mannywood.
Yeah, I would say he is. Got his Manny do-rag on.
Strike 3 called.
There's that front door slider. They've used it a couple times in this game. Very effective here with Burrow. Now, right now, we're going to show you our scenic shot of the game, brought to you by Fry's. Your best buys are always at Fry's, guaranteed. And from the statue of the great Willie McCovey, you look across McCovey Cove into the yard. That really is a great walk. I always encourage you to get out here early, take that walk.
Up the middle, base hit into center field. DeWitt made the dive, but came up empty. So Uribe with a 2-out single. And now Benji Molina will come up. At some point, Benji is going to have to start hitting. Benji has been one of the top RBI men among catchers in the league for a while. That is a shot into the gap in left center. Johnson cuts it off as Uribe goes round to third.
Well, that's a start for Benji Molina, and he got a pitch that we have seen him hit so many times. That pitch down around the knees. Good low ball hitter. And he just goes down and yanks it right in the gap in left center. Not wasting any time. And you're right, he's got to start getting that back going.
Edgar Renteria, who struck out his first time, trying to put the Giants ahead. Fastball in the dirt, dug out by Martin. Now you've got a base open here. It could well be that Eli will very carefully pitch around Edgar, with Matt Cain coming up next and 2 down. And the slider is too low. Throws that pitch hard with a lot of bite to it.
He's got good command of his off-speed stuff, too. Give you a lot of different looks.
Uribe at third, Molina at first. Loney plays behind Molina over there. 2-0 the count. Oh, change up.
It has not happened very much tonight with Eli. That in a fastball count, a 1-0, 2-0, 3-1, 3-2, that he's throwing an actual fastball. I mean, he stayed away from the fastball in just about all those opportunities for him. Kind of pitches backwards.
There's that little slider on the inside. This time he did not get the call. 3-1.
I mean, you could call it a cutter. It's a little bit bigger than a normal cutter. Cutter, slider, same type of pitch. But the fact that he's using it on that inside corner, that's what's interesting about this guy. Not many guys do it. Sergio Romo does it. Eli's having success with it tonight.
And up, out over the plate on the outer part of the plate with that slider. Strike 2. So now Molina will get a running start from first base with 2 down. Uribe the runner at third. There goes Benji. And over to Casey Blake. And they'll have to go to first. 2 men stranded. 1-1. Top of the order coming up for LA.
For these (1-1) in the 5th inning, Giants and Dodgers. Also a reminder now for our stretch drive, we are taking donations for underserved youth around Northern California. It costs money to play baseball. Baseballs, bats, catcher's equipment, catcher's mitts, the whole deal. As a reminder right now, operators are standing by here at the ballpark, grateful for any level of support, really. $10, $20, or even $44, like Stretch McCovey himself. That'll cover one child to play baseball for the entire season, just $44. You see the info right there on the screen. Hook us up online at juniorgiants.org or give us a call at 1-877-JR-GIANT.
Thanks, Raj. And it has become a great program and has helped a lot of kids have a lot of fun with the game of baseball. And it's a lot more than just baseball as well. Here's a good curveball in for a strike two for Kyle, who had the bat with his hands spread apart as if looking to bunt. And he is an excellent bunter for a base hit. And that changeup down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. For Kyle, it struck out and grounded out to second. Kane has kept him off the bases, and that is important because he is the igniter for the Dodgers. He chases that high fastball. He struck him out with a high fastball, even higher than that back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, he turned around right away and asked Ed Rapawano, the plate umpire, if indeed that would have been a called strike had he not swung at it. Rapawano said no.
The slider in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Giants 1, Dodgers 1. We're in the 5th inning from San Francisco. The Giants, who have been struggling ever since they went to Toronto. That changeup is ripped into right field, base hit. So he is aboard.
Well, comprehensive, if you want comprehensive coverage of everything orange and black, all you got to do is check out pregame live and postgame live before and after every Giants telecast on Comcast Sportsnet, authentic Bay Area sports.
John Miller with Mike Krukow and Raj Mathai from AT&T Park in San Francisco. Giants 1, Dodgers 1. Giants, who have lost series in Toronto, Houston, and here at home to Boston in succession. Trying to get that turned around now. They also have lost the first game of this series last night. And the schedule is not going to be easy once this series is over, as they go on the road for 11 games. Giants will not have another home game here after tomorrow until 2 weeks from Thursday, when the New York Mets come in. And the Mets, despite a lot of obstacles, a lot of problems, have been a hot club, although they lost tonight in San Juan, Puerto Rico to the Florida Marlins. 1 ball, no strikes, and back to first is Furcal. Furcal used to be a prolific base stealer, and he still picks his spots. He has 12 steals for the year. He's only been caught twice. Sandoval on the bag with him. Middle infield, pulled in a bit, double play depth. Nobody out. And again, Furcal back to the bag. Kane's ultimate nemesis, Andre Ethier, on deck. Now it's 2-0. Kane has thrown a lot of pitches in this game. It's only the 5th inning. That was his 82nd pitch. He had a very difficult first inning, a 33-pitch first inning, in which he faced 7 hitters.
This is a big pitch. Russell Martin with count leverage, sitting on a 2-0.
There goes Furcal. And a base hit to right field. Furcal will keep on going. Huff into Sanchez near second. Runners at first and third for the Dodgers with nobody out.
You got to throw a strike. And it comes right back out over the plate above the belt. And Russell Martin, pretty disciplined swing going the opposite way with the open hole. And Furcal never slowed down. It needs to take a third. So now you got to get lucky. Now you need a pop up or a strikeout, comebacker.
This is almost a worst case scenario for Kane. He's in trouble. And he's facing a guy who has just worn him out, Andre Ethier. High fastball, 0-1. Ethier has been struggling ever since coming back from the broken pinky finger. He was having a triple crown kind of a year, hitting .391, had more RBIs than games played. He was just on quite a ride. And then a freakish play. He broke the pinky finger actually during batting practice. Since he has returned on June the 11th, in 16 games, he's hit only .185.
Well, you can see how he uses the bat now. He used to wrap the knob, his little finger and his ring finger. He'd have the knob right between the two. His little finger would be underneath the bat. But since he hurt the finger, broke the finger, he's not been able to do that. So now he hits with a slight choke up. And that's a big adjustment for a hitter.
0-2 the count. Giants middle infield, double play depth. And a foul off the left field line. Stan Cotty talked to the Lakers trainer about what they had done when Kobe Bryant had a finger problem a couple of years back with the Lakers. And they found some people who custom made a little bit of a splint that Ethier could wear while he is batting. 0-2 the count. A hard slider. Ethier jumps out of the way of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, that's something that's going to bother you for a long time. Especially because you kind of have it in the back of your mind that you did it once and it could happen again.
Ethier, in 33 games, had 11 homers, 38 runs batted in before the injury. 1 homer, 9 RBIs in 16 games since. On the hands and caught by Sanchez. Russell Martin had to hustle back to the bag. Furcal holding at third.
And that's exactly what you were hoping to see right there. A non-productive out where nobody could move up. That's as good as a strikeout. Now, as long as we're wishing for things, how about a double play ball here?
Well, it would have been Manny Ramirez coming up next, but Manny injured a hamstring running the bases in the first inning. Matt Kemp came in to replace him as a pinch runner and stayed in to play the outfield, and Kemp fouled out to first his first time. So he gets another shot here against Matt Cain.
Hey, this ballpark's been rough on superstars this whole homestand if you're a visiting team. Dustin Pedroia down with a broken foot. Clay Buchholz had to come out of a game. He's going to miss at least one start. Victor Martinez for the Red Sox. Broken thumb, he's DL'd. And now the second game of this series, Manny Ramirez goes out.
Slider for a strike at the knees. Matt Kemp, who not only has been in a terrible slump throughout the month of June and has not been playing, was out of the lineup for the third consecutive day, but there have been things that have happened where the Dodgers have not been happy with the way Kemp has played the game at times. At the knees with a fastball, strike two.
It's that low strike zone.
And Kemp has been upset about each one of those calls.
Well, I mean, hitters don't like this. This is definitely a pitcher's zone. But Rapawano has been consistent with it. I mean, that's all you can ask for. We say it every night. I mean, if you can get consistency from an umpire to a strike zone, everybody's going to be happy.
Rapawano talking right back to Kemp. 0-2 to Matt Kemp.
Kemp's got that reputation. He will wolf at an umpire. And that is definitely around the circle of umpires, which you talk about a small circle of communication. Wow.
Infield double play depth, and the block by Molina keeping both runners right where they were. Big play for Kyle. The possible go-ahead run at third, and Martin still at first. The double play still in order.
Well, we're going to make this block with a runner at third base by Benji Molina, our Giants defensive coverage of the game. It's brought to you by Verizon, the network with the most 3G coverage. Not only could Furcal not score, but Russell Martin could not move up to second. Nice play.
1-2 to Matt Kemp.
You don't want to get lazy now. You're way ahead in the count 1-2. That was not a good pitch to location. Fastball right there at the belt. And for a guy with opposite field power, this is a mistake. That is a pitch you got away with.
Pitch number 92 for Kane. We're only in the fifth inning with one out. James Loney, the Dodgers RBI leader, is on deck. Kane with that double fake there, just in case the runner at first is taken off on first motion.
Well, he executed it right. I mean, if you're going to go through that play, the play is only good as if you can get back into a throwing position quickly and look to first, because you're trying to get the guy first. See so many guys make that move and they're so lazy to turn around and look to first, and that makes the play ineffective.
Struck him out. Well, that was the pitch that he was wanting to make the pitch before. And this time he made it.
Send him to the outside corner. They elevate. And you see the slide uppercut, swings right underneath it. Grab some pine meat.
But now Loney, and he has been the Dodgers' best in situations like this, with runners in scoring position. It's been a long time since anybody has not hit even 10 home runs and driven in over 100. Loney, with only 5 homers, he got 52 RBIs in less than half a season. And he drove in a run in the first inning tonight. Strike on the outside.
That kid was digging deep. Guarantee the last thing on his mind right now is pitch count.
Furcal led off the inning with a single. He's at third. Martin followed with a single. He's at first. 2 down now. On the outside corner, strike 2.
Just painting. Just putting some paint on the outside corner of the fastball. You can see that Molina's taking advantage of it, stretching that target out a little bit wide. And as long as you put it through the knees, you're getting some calls.
Giants 1, Dodgers 1, 5th inning. Runners at first and third, 2 down. The 0-2 pitch. And a delayed steal by Martin. And no throw by Molina. Nobody to throw to. Nobody ever covered.
It's a good play. See the delay. You steal that base on the middle infielders. If they have in their mind you're not going, they don't turn their head and they look to the plate. They don't concern themselves with the runner at first. And Benjamin Molina saying, hey, don't worry about that guy at second base. You're going to strike this guy out anyway. Here's how you're going to do it. You're throwing 3 fastballs. You can throw a slider down and away. You can go above his hands. Which one do you want to do? I want to throw the changeup. All right, make it a good one.
And Matt Cain facing a man who has excelled in this situation this year. James Loney, but he's ahead of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 men in scoring position. 2-2.
Fastball up and away. Kind of an easy take for Loney, but he's got an open base now. And I think, when you have an open first base, I mean, it really seems like an open base as opposed to having a runner at first and third and having an open second base. And I'm thinking if Cain walks this guy, in his mind, it's not the end of the world. He knows Loney's been on him tonight.
The slider, and Loney able to get a piece of it to foul it. Two and 2 to James Loney, hitting .296 for the year. And in this game, Loney knocked in a run with a single to the first and lined out to left center with the runner in scoring position in the third. He hit the ball hard twice against Cain already. And again, Loney gets a piece of it, hanging tough.
Well, he had to cover that. I mean, think back where the first 2 strikes were in this sequence, and they were pitches that probably were off the plate, but he had to get out of there. That last fastball in a 2-strike situation, he had to cover it. You could go same pitch, fastball, and go knee-high in the outside corner, stretch it out, and I'm not sure he could get to that one, but he'd have to cover it.
Furcal at third, Martin at second, 2 down. And a base hit. Loney comes through again, and Martin is coming. And he scores, and over to second base goes Loney. 3-1 Dodgers. What an impressive at-bat by James Loney. His 53rd and 54th RBIs.
2 strike, 2 out hitting. And that lit the Dodger dugout up. Set up in the outside corner, and he gets it up. A mistake the location, out of the play at the belt. And in a 2-strike mode, Loney is as good an adjustment hitter as the Dodgers have. The contact guy takes advantage of the location mistake, and the Dodgers jump on top by 2. That hurt.
And Loney, who's been the most dangerous RBI man for the Dodgers this year, has driven in all 3 of their runs in this game. They lead 3-1. Also Martin, who accelerated the rally with a single. And remember, he stole second base. That's why he was able to score. A delayed steal, which completely caught the Giants flat-footed. Nobody even covered at second base. And then Loney got them both in with his single to right. Casey Blake has walked and flied out to center. And the slider for a strike. That was the 26th pitch of this inning, thrown by Matt Cain in the 101st of the game. And he's not through the 5th inning yet. For the second night in a row, the Dodgers are chewing up a Giants starting pitcher with deep count after deep count.
There you see the total. Almost twice as many strikes as balls.
That's a base hit. That'll be an RBI. Lake with a big turn at first as Loney is in to score. 4-1 Dodgers.
Well, the Dodgers look comfortable in this ballpark, and you mentioned at the start of the broadcast, this has been going on for a couple of years. They have no fear coming in here. Breaking ball, going with the location, finds an opposite field gap. That's a great 2-out at bat right there in an RBI situation.
Well, and a couple of extra bases for the Dodgers in this inning have contributed to the scoring as Dan Runsler starts to warm up. Not only the steal by Russell Martin that enabled him to score on Loney's hit, but Loney taking an extra base as the throw went on through to the plate. It was not a very strong throw. Aubrey Huff did not have a right fielder's arm. Freddie Sanchez calls off Sandoval. But as DeWitt is retired, the Dodgers send 7 men to the plate. A 30-pitch inning for Kane. Firsthand when you visit. Find out how you can share the love at MontereyBayAquarium.org/love. Covey Cove just outside AT&T Park. And now the Dodgers with a 3-run 5th inning. Matt Cain was 1 strike away from getting out of the inning with James Loney up there. And just could not put him away. That has been sort of a theme of the first 2 games of this series. And the Giants pitchers have had a terrible time putting Dodger hitters away. They've been ferocious with 2-strike approaches, fighting off pitch after pitch after pitch over and over again.
And that 2-strike location was, that mistake to location was eating him up. You could see it on the bench. And he is going to think about that for a while. And hopefully the Giants can pick him up right here.
Nate Scherholtz, the pinch hitter for Matt Cain. So Cain had 105 pitches in 5 innings, 2 different innings of 30 pitches or more. He's finished as Guillermo Mota heads down to the bullpen. Nate Scherholtz trying to get the Giants going, but it swings and misses at a changeup from John Eli. Scherholtz hitting .500 as a pinch hitter, 5 for 10 The Giants pinch hitters as a group are hitting .333. Sherholtz and Ishikawa have been two of the best pinch hitters in the National League. One ball and 2 strikes. Matt Kemp gets there with a Willie Mays basket-style catch. One away. Now Andres Torres will come up. The Giants got a run in the first inning on a sacrifice fly by Aubrey Huff. They had a runner on in the third with 1 out, and a Sandoval double play ball ended the inning. They had 2 2-out singles in the 4th inning, but Renteria grounded out to third. Eli catches the outside with a strike. Torres has doubled and scored the Giants' run and has struck out. The curve in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Giants needs to get the offense going now. They got 2 runs here last night, 1 on Sunday. That curve is a foul, out of play, off to the right. Giants only got 2 on Saturday. So the last 3 days before tonight, they'd scored only 5 runs altogether in the 3 games combined. Here at home, no less. Inside with a fastball. Eli looked a little more confident with that fastball now than he has earlier on.
Well, he's still not really between the knees with it, as you would think he would be with his reputation as being a strike thrower. But I'll tell you one thing, he's a lot more confident now with a 3-run lead than he was in a 1-1 ball game. And I think most pitchers are like that. And that's the beauty of a 3-run lead. It lets you go into the strike zone early. It lets you get strike 1. If the guy hits the ball out, so what? Still have a 2-run lead.
The curve, bounce foul. 2-2. Now the plate umpire signals the bat boy from the Giants dugout to come on out and bring him a new supply of baseballs.
Marco Alioto, the Giants bat boy.
2-2 the count.
Giants had a changing of the guard with bat boys. Joey Tolucci had been doing it for about 12 years, and he graduated from Santa Clara. He's got to go out and get a job. Can't be a bat boy anymore. And there's the new crew. Marco Alioto on the right. It's a great way to get educated for a kid, I'll tell you. You learn a lot of things down those dugouts. And I mean, not just learn how to say certain words. I'm saying you're going to learn a lot about life.
That's what I was going to ask you. What kind of education would you say it is?
You're going to watch how guys deal with success and failure down there. You're going to see how guys prepare, how they handle themselves under stress.
Foul ball past third, 3-2.
And you're going to learn the game of baseball, because baseball is talked about a lot down there.
And the changeup strikes him out. Second straight time that Eli has struck out Andres Torres.
Yeah, he used the same pitch. This time a 3-2 changeup. And again, look at the arm action. I mean, it's such a great sell job from that high 3/4 release. That's almost over the top.
Freddie Sanchez has been on base twice. He has walked and singled. It's a strike. 0-1. The Rockies have lengthened their lead on a Clint Barmas home run. It is now 4-0 Colorado over San Diego in the top of the 7th. And that's all for the Giants. A very quiet 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 6th. Mota coming in. The Giants are down 4-1. Today for special zero-down lease offers on new 2010 Civics in the American League. The A's beat the Orioles. The Mariners over the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Cleveland over the Blue Jays. The Red Sox over the Rays. The Rays are really on a slide right now. The Red Sox winning despite all of the injuries. White Sox over Kansas City. The Twins blasted the Tigers. And in Southern California, the Rangers 3, Angels 3. The battle of the top two teams in the American League West going on down there. Here, the Dodgers lead the Giants 4-1 as we start the 6th inning. And Guillermo Mota is on in relief. Matt Cain. Cain went 5 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits allowed. And there's a called strike. Guillermo Mota, who has pitched real well for the Giants.
33rd time he's come in for Bruce Bochy. 0-2 in the year, but a great ERA, 2.76, 15 strikeouts in 29 1/3. 3-pitch guy, fastball, slider change. Good slider. It's great. Yamamoto walked over to Dwayne Kuiper today and said, you played a long time. Kuiper said, yep. Kind of knew where it was going. And he said, how many at-bats did you get? Kuiper said, 4,500 or so. I think Yamamoto said, how many home runs you hit? Kuiper said, 1. And then he broke into this great big smile. And he said, well, I hit 2. And it only took me 50 at-bats. And he had a big chuckle out of that. Kind of took my partner off.
So Mota had a big chuckle.
Yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Reed Johnson with Eli on deck, and then Rafael Furcal.
There's his numbers, and he can hit. I mean, he is a legitimate hitter, and the first home run he ever hit was in his first big league at bat.
Wow. Very unusual for a pitcher. Another foul off the right field line. Here's Dwayne Kuiper. Steve Stone was the guy against whom he hit his Major League home run.
A Cy Young Award winner.
And Steve Stone tightens up a little bit if you bring that up.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Kuiper's got the ultimate leverage on him.
2-2. Dan Runsler already throwing in the Giants bullpen. Eli, the pitcher, on deck. For Carl, the leadoff man, a switch hitter, due up 3rd in the inning. 2-2 to Reed Johnson, who has flied out to right center and been called out on strikes. Strike 3 called out again.
Just working to death with sliders.
The National League out of town scoreboard. Down in San Juan, Puerto Rico, the Marlins over the Mets 7-6. The Phillies beat the Reds in Cincinnati in 10 innings. The Nats over the Braves in Atlanta. The Cubs beat the Pirates at Wrigley. The Brewers, who have been playing well, the Giants go into Milwaukee on Monday. Brewers over the Astros. Cardinals shut out the D-backs. And the Rockies lead the Padres 4-1 now in the 7th inning. Down in San Diego, last of the 7th. Carlos Gonzalez and Clint Barmas home runs in that game for Colorado. A strike to Eli, who has struck out twice in this game already. One out, nobody on here in the 6th inning. Matt Cain was 1 strike away from getting out of the 5th inning in a 1-1 game, but he could not get that strike. Loney fouled off some tough pitches. And then finally, Cain left a pitch out over the plate, and Loney did not miss it. Hit a 2-run single. Eli put this ball in play for the first time, but it's still out. 2 down, and now Furcal comes up. Not only did Loney get the 2-run single, the next batter, Casey Blake, also knocked in a run with a single. And so, Cain's final line, 5 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits. More of the same for Cain against the Dodgers.
0 breaks. Not much run support. Not many breaks.
Furcal started that 3-run fifth inning rally with a single. The splitter is too low for ball one.
Yep. Gets me every time. Never gets old.
That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dude, who's that guy behind us?
So are you good at that? That's the new thing, right? The just hold the camera phone out in front of yourself and take your own picture. Don't even have to ask somebody, hey, could you take a picture of us?
Oh, I wouldn't ask this guy.
One thing is for sure, if you asked him, he would somehow end up being in it.
He'd figure out a way. Oh, yeah. Never gets old. I'm sorry.
Well, what is that? An old Groucho?
It's a ridiculous nose and glasses costume.
So is he maybe a fugitive from the FBI? That ball deep into center field. Over Torres. Furcal is going to try for 3. Streaking between second and third. Torres overshot his relay man, and Furcal makes it without a throw.
There was a changeup that he beat his last at bat. Start things off for the Dodgers in the 5th. Here he gets another changeup. Not fooled at all. And this little guy shows he's got some pop. Taking on a deep part of this yard. And once it goes over the head of Torres with Furcal's speed, an easy stand-up 3-bagger. So when he's playing well and he's healthy, he can ignite you big time.
And I think that pretty well describes right now for Furcal. He is on base time after time. That's the 5th time he's been on base in this series in 9 plate appearances. He's on 7 times the last 2 games against the Yankees, Saturday and Sunday in LA. And he is a very dynamic leadoff man. Speed, and just makes things happen. He was Jose Reyes before Jose Reyes was even in the league.
He's been a guy with incredible tools for a long time, you know, and just physical tools. You know, he great speed, one of the best arms that I've ever seen play shortstop. And he's got like a Sean Dunston arm.
Not this time, off the outside. To Russell Martin, who had 2 hits against Matt Cain and 2 steals. 4-1 LA here in the 6th inning. 8 hits for the Dodgers. That triple by Furcal is the only extra base hit of the game for the Dodgers, and yet they have 4 runs. Sanchez still gets him. One of the benefits of being a second baseman, you can boot one and still get your man. Sandoval, then Huff coming up.
Giants trailing the Dodgers 4-1 here in the 6th inning, and the Giants have a new employee. He dresses pretty extravagantly. His name is Steve Hogan, from head to toe in orange, and yes, he is the team's new organist. So instead of the rock and roll and hip hop that you usually get at ballparks, Hogan going old school and nostalgic in terms of the Oregon. And yes, we're fair and balanced in our coverage here. The Dodgers, of course. Nancy B. Heffley, their full-time organist down at Dodger Stadium. We always like to visit with her. She is a retiree. She comes in on game days, actually lives in a trailer park right near Dodger Stadium. Gentlemen, send it back up to you.
Nancy B., as they call her.
She comes in from Reno. And she can't wait to get there. She loves what she does. She's fantastic.
Here is Pablo Sandoval. The Giants have time enough to get going. And remember, Joe Torre, when the series began yesterday, said that the Dodgers' big closer, Jonathan Broxton, would not be used either Monday or Tuesday in this series, not till Wednesday at the earliest, after his 48-pitch epic ninth inning against the Yankees on Sunday. And they have not used Hong-Chi Kuo in back-to-back games at any time this year. He got the save here last night. Change up, and it's quickly 0-2 to Sandoval. It was flied out to right center on a broken bat and is grounded into an inning-ending double play.
You know, you saw Nancy B., the organist for the Dodgers, and it reminded me of a story involving Dwayne Kuiper and Nancy B. He went to her when Jeff Kent was a player with the Dodgers, and he says, Nancy, I'll give you $50 if you play I Left My Heart in San Francisco when Jeff Kent comes up the bat. And she says, no, I can't do that.
Loney to Eli covering.
So the next time...
He's safe. He's safe. He did not hit the bag, apparently. He missed it.
Well, that's a break. Let's take a look at the feed. Nice underhand feed. Right up there high. And I guess he did not hit the corner of the bag. Tom Haya, the crew chief and first base umpire tonight, right on the call. This should be a pretty revealing look. And it looked like he did touch the bag with the side of his foot. It's going to be ruled a base hit.
Well, it was not a big argument. So here is Huff. Huge break for the Giants.
And again, the power changeup from Eli gets him ahead 0-1. So the next time Jeff Kent comes up, he goes to Nancy B. Goes, I'll give you $100 if you play I Left My Heart in San Francisco when Jeff Kent hits. And she never would.
She turned down the money?
She turned it down.
She's a Dodger. And that is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. I remember when Orel Hershiser was a Dodger. Whenever he'd go out to take the mound to start a game at Dodger Stadium, Nancy B. would play Master of the House from the Broadway musical Les Miserables. Matt Kemp, who is an outstanding center fielder, won the Gold Glove last year, and he showed why right there. Wow.
Well, that ball had sliced, and it's working its way away from Kemp. You can see this thing start to move away from him. Timed it perfectly.
Now, he was not in the lineup tonight. Manny Ramirez was in left field. Reed Johnson was in center. Would Reed Johnson have caught that ball?
Yeah.
So really wasn't even that good a play then.
No.
Anybody could have caught that ball. Matt Burrow has a base hit to right. Sandoval turns second. He does not get back. Well, this is just hard to believe. Down by 3 runs. And the fans are very unhappy to see this happen again.
Well, he's thinking first and third. He wants to be aggressive. Makes a turn right here. It's the stop sign. Now he has got to go back. And Andre Ethier right in front of him. Plays right in front of him in right field. And he sees an opening, gets the ball quickly to Furcal, and a second night in a row, a base running mistake from Sandoval. Ouch.
Uribe staying at first. Pat Burrell. Well, the Giants' base running has not been good.
When you're having problems scoring runs, base running mistakes become monumental in the course of a ball game. And what they do is they take away your momentum. They just completely gut you out.
Uribe gets the low strike there. Would have been the possible tying run here, and he is tied for the club lead in hitting home runs. And you can hear the crowd not happy. Supporting the stretch drive. Many of you have called in and shared fond memories of watching McCovey's great Hall of Fame career. And thank you again for the calls. The number is 877-JR-GIANTS. And you can also go online to jrgiants.org and make a donation to help support the Junior Giants program for kids in underserved communities. Some 16,000 kids playing ball, learning the values of teamwork and working within a team concept.
Yeah, these are kids that don't have anything. They don't have gloves. They don't have balls, bats, and it really provides them an opportunity to grow within a sport. Dan Runzler now, the new pitcher for the Giants, 31st time he's come in, coming off his best outing of the year and a career-high 5 strikeouts in 2 innings.
Runzler against the Red Sox on Sunday in relief of Lincecum. Pitched the 4th and 5th innings. 5 strikeouts and no walks. Walk has been a problem at times for Runzler this year, but not in his last outing. Sanchez gets to this one. And safe at first is Ethier.
Had just a little bit of a problem getting the ball out of his glove, and it cost him. He'd have had him if he'd have been able to get it out clean. When you talk about the Sunday performance for Dan Runzler, we're going to make it our Ford Ride choice. A 2-inning outing, and he struck out 5 Red Sox players, and he was nasty. And as John mentioned, no walks. They've been problematic, but not on Sunday. Those 2 innings against the Sox, fantastic. Here's our forward right choice.
Dodgers leading 4-1. The Red Sox won that game on Sunday despite Runsler's efforts. 5-1. And a strike call to Matt Kemp, who has fouled out to first and struck out in this game. A game he did not start, a game he entered because Manny Ramirez had to leave in the first inning, having injured his hamstring. Base hit. So the Dodgers greet Runsler with consecutive hits, and now Loney, the RBI leader, comes up, and this is the injury, the play where Ramirez got injured in the first inning.
With a hard turnaround second, stop, put the brakes on, then kind of had to lunge in to get back. He would have been out had Freddie Sanchez been able to hang on to the ball. The ball kind of got spiked out of his glove, and that was it. He walked off the field, and as we watched Stan Conte mouth to Joe Torre that it was a hamstring, and that's all the information we've heard since.
And James Loney singled home the Dodgers' first run in the first inning with 2 down. And then with the game tied at 1 in the 5th inning and 2 down and 2 strikes, he singled home 2 more. Now he's got a runner in scoring position again here. A strike with a slider. Loney now with 54 RBIs for the season. Hitting over 360 with runners in scoring position for the year. Rockies 4, Padres 2. They're in the top of the 8th inning now. In fact, now it's 4-3. I beg your pardon. Top of the 8th in San Diego.
Boy, Loney is really opening up against Runsler. Guy opens up that wide. He's looking middle in. And we've seen Loney over the years have a great opposite field approach against left-handed pitchers. But his right foot, his stride is wide open. At least it was the first 2 pitches.
And Molina missed that one. The runners advance. Now the official score has immediately ruled it a wild pitch, but it did not look as though it had bounced.
He sets up inside corner. This thing comes around. That's a pass ball. That's not a wild pitch. That ball's got to get caught. And that is an expensive 90 feet because that changes everything with the defense. Now the infield has to come in. Total strikeout situation for Runsler.
Sandoval knocks it down. The runners hold, and he gets the put out.
Catch a break there, a non-productive out. As good as a strikeout.
Well, we showed that replay. And the official score has not changed that call, and I don't understand.
Well, it's right now Benjamin Molina's slumping, and I mean not just with the bat, he's been slumping with the glove as well.
They're going to walk Casey Blake intentionally.
And this was the pitch. He just gets fooled on the movement. He kept going with the drift as it came across the plate, trying to stay with the frame. And then at the last minute, he turned his glove around to try and just make the play, and it was too late.
And there you saw the official score. Dave Bush making the call. Longtime writer with the San Francisco Chronicle out of Hayward High School. And a journalism student of Eleanor Hawksley, as she was known at that time. Dave preceded me at Hayward High, but when I was there, she was Eleanor Kranz, and an inspirational teacher, the kind of teacher that when you're in school that you look back and say, wow, I owe her a lot. So, and Dave Bush said the same thing. So now the bases are loaded. Of course, Dave was there at Hayward High way before I was there.
Really?
Oh.
A year or two.
decades. Dave Righetti out to the mound now. The Giants are at a crossroads maybe in this game. They're already a long shot, down 4-1. But the Dodgers, at this point, we don't know who Joe Torre has in mind to be the closer if it's still a close game. But the Giants need to be in position maybe to still have a chance to make a comeback and make them use whoever the closer is tonight, with Broxton not expected to be used, and Quo either. The Dodgers have the bases loaded and one out, and Ronnie Belliard is up as a pinch hitter for Blake DeWitt. So Torre brings in his right-handed hitting second baseman to pinch hit for DeWitt. And the slider, it's 0-1.
Boy, that's a nasty slider. And it really only looked good when Belliard went up there swinging at the first pitch. They know he likes the first pitch, which is why they threw that pitch. And he played right into their hands. Go back and throw another one.
Too low with a fastball. Ethier led off the inning with a base hit. Then Kemp got a base hit. And the pass ball by Molina. The runners moved up. Loney grounded out right to Sandoval. The runners having to hold. And then the walk of DeWitt. Then Belliard in as the pinch hitter for the walk of Blake to get to DeWitt. And then Belliard the pinch hitter for DeWitt. Belliard 4 grand slams in his career. The infield, the middle infield is looking for the double play ball to win the inning. Way outside. Nice save there by Benji.
That was a nice play. He almost threw it by him. He's not an easy guy to catch right now. He sits up on the inside corner. And this thing goes on the outside corner. And at that velocity, that's not an easy get back for a catcher.
The slider, and he got a piece of it. Has there been a 2-strike pitch that the Dodgers have not gotten a piece of?
Doesn't seem like it.
I mean, there have been strikeouts, but even the strikeouts coming about the 3rd, 4th, or 5th 2-strike pitch. 2-2 the count to Belliard. Reed Johnson on deck. Bases loaded, 1 out. And that slider bounced foul over to the Giants dugout. Giants trying to stay alive here. You see the runners, Ethier, Kemp, and Blake from third back to first. Sandoval in on the edge of the grass at first. And the fastball is fouled out of play. 2-2, the count remains. Strike 3 called.
Boy, Belliard knew it. Fastball cut across the plate, planted inside. Good frame job by Molina. Watch the reception. Stick it. Boom. Grab some pine meat. Big strikeout. It's exactly what he was pitching for.
Now Reed Johnson, who is 0 for 3. He hit a fly ball to right center in the second and has been called out on strikes in his last 2 trips to the plate. 3 men on, 2 men out. The Dodgers trying to open it up big time here in the 7th. The Giants trying to survive. Trying to stay in the neighborhood here, trailing already 4-1. And a fastball for a strike.
Some confidence behind that fastball.
Johnson has hit nearly 400 in his career with the bases loaded. Some guys hit real well with the base loaded. There are some guys who do not. But wouldn't it stand to reason that a hitter would have the upper hand with the bases loaded? I mean, the pitcher had very few places to go. Strike 2.
With the fastball. No, some guys lock up. It changes their whole approach. They get tight. They don't stay loose. They try to do too much. And you're right. The pressure is on the pitcher. He's got no base to put you. He's got to come at you. You would think you would get pitches to hit. And guys who are disciplined would benefit from it. But as you point out, there are guys that just don't handle that scenario at all.
0-2. Slider in the dirt. He struck him out. Molina steps on the plate for the put out. And Runswood gets out of it very nicely with a couple of strikeouts. Which with grilled pineapple and teriyaki sauce. Oh, yes. Now at Carl's Jr. And it's new. 4 runs, 10 hits for LA. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for the Giants. James Glum has been the big man for the Dodgers. 2 for 4 with 3 batted in. And John Eli, the rookie, has shut the Giants down through 6. Matt Cain was 1 strike away from ending the 5th inning in a 1-1 tie, but he could not get that strike. And Loney hit a 2-run single. And then Blake hit an RBI single, and it was 4 on the board against Cain, who had thrown 105 pitches in his 5 innings. Now the Giants into the last of the 7th. And for the Giants, Benji Molina will lead off. There's the crew up there in the upper deck. For the first time, the Dodgers have some action in their bullpen as Molina takes a strike. Benji has popped a second and singled to left center. Ronnie Belliard stays in after pinch hitting for DeWitt to play second base for LA. Curveball. Benji pops it foul. Out of play.
If Molina was to get on base to start this inning off, good chance that he would be pinch run for. And he has had good swings tonight against Eli.
The curve in the dirt. Check swing by Benji. No swings as Tom Hallion on the appeal. Both bullpens are going now. Dodgers have the big left-hander George Sherrill getting ready. Change up. That's been a great pitch for him tonight, but not this time.
Really has. I mean, the guys haven't done much with it. Been almost to a point. It's been predictable. 2 strike counts. Got a lot of strikeouts with it.
And the fastball too high. 2-2. Last of the 8th in San Diego. 4-3 Colorado ahead. And that's inside. Now that's, well, I guess that was ball 4. Where did I get 2-2? I don't know. Ball 4 to Molina. And the Giants will send in a runner for him. It's going to be Eli Whiteside.
Now, John Eli's on a one more hitter basis. If anybody else gets on this inning, I'm sure that the Dodgers will go into the bullpen. He's at 106 pitches now. George Sherrill is starting to heat it up a little bit more intensely.
The Giants had 2 left-handed hitters available on the bench when the game began. One of them has already been used, John Sherholtz, who got called upon to pinch hit in the 5th inning. And the other one is Travis Ishikawa. And with the pitcher due up next, Torrey would try to counter any use of Ishikawa that Bochy might make. So he sends Aaron Rowand out of the dugout. This is a double play ball. And a nice pick by Loney. And Renteria. And it just looked like he's dragging big time the last couple of nights here with the Dodgers in town. He had not hit the ball hard in 7 trips to the plate in 2 nights.
And there's some strong grumblings going on in the crowd. You can hear the boos. Giants, who lead the National League in that category. It just seems nightly there's at least 2 double plays. Last night there were 5. They now have grounded into 83 double plays.
They've grounded into 83, and they've turned 48 ground ball double plays.
And the fans are getting a little impatient with it.
Aaron Rowand, the pinch hitter, and the count is 0-1.
Good swing.
Rowand got a base hit in a big spot in the 9th inning last night as the Giants tried to mount a comeback. And the curve in the dirt from Eli. 1 ball, 1 strike. That for Renteria, not only 0 for 7 in the series, but 4 of those 7 at-bats have resulted in double plays. 0 for 7 for 11 outs. Although one of them he struck out into a double play, and one he just hit a shallow fly ball that was turned into a double play with some bad base running. The Giants overall now have 97 double plays into which they've hit or run. In the dirt, and Loney takes care of that one. And it's got swamped hands. On to the 8th inning, 4-1 LA.
4-1 here at AT&T Park. Welcome back to the ballpark. I'm Raj Mathai. Time now for our Lexus Pursuing Perfection play, and we flash back to last night. Aubrey Huff has been doing it with the bat and with the glove. Right up against the wall there, the outfield against the Budweiser sign, makes the catch in the top of the 9th inning last night. That is our Lexus Pursuing Perfection play. Guys, let's send it back up to you.
All right, Raj, thank you. And here we go into the 8th inning. A new pitcher for the Giants, Sergio Romo. A new catcher, Eli Whiteside, who had already come in as a runner for Benji Molina. Romo, 2.73 ERA. Only 22 hits allowed in 29 2/3 innings, and a lot of strikeouts, too. But his Achilles heel this year had been the long ball. He's given up more home runs than we've ever seen him allow before.
Eli Whiteside has come in to catch Sergio Romo. Well, I think there was a problem earlier when Sergio Romo was having a little inconsistency with his arm angle, and he was getting a little too low. And in doing so, instead of staying on top of his pitches, he was getting off to the side where he was making some mistakes up. And you don't normally see him do that. He's usually very consistent down around the knees with all the pitches that he has.
Good slider on the outside. Strike 3 call.
That was nasty.
So Jamie Carroll, the pinch hitter for Eli, is gone. And his trip to the plate did not last very long.
That's a rough at bat.
Leadoff man Rafael Furcal now, who started the 3-run 5th inning rally that put the Dodgers ahead in this game with a single. He then hit a triple with 2 down in the 6th inning. So he's 2 for 4. 1 ball to no strikes. And it's always a big game for Romo whenever he's facing the Dodgers, because that's where he's from. His family, all his family and friends in the LA area. Another hit for Furcal. Hit number 11 for the Dodgers, and Furcal's gotten 3 of them.
Well, and all 3 at-bats have been impressive. A 5th inning single off of Matt Cain, and he had an 0 for 2 prior to that at-bat, but it was a changeup and a good one that he hit to right field. Then a changeup he hit off of Guillermo Mota in the 6th for a triple, and here he goes the opposite way. And just a very nice bat control at bat going the opposite gap. He's dialed.
Russell Martin has had 2 hits and 2 steals in this game. Colorado now leading San Diego 5-3 in the top of the 9th at Petco Park on the out-of-town scoreboard. 4-1 here, the Dodgers over the Giants, and for Furcal, always a threat to steal, driven back to the bag. Sergio Romo, the Giants' 4th pitcher of the game. 4-1, LA leading here in the 8th. 12:45, baseball in the sunshine tomorrow. The high slider. 1 ball to no strikes to Martin. Andre Ethier is on deck. Now it's 2-0 to Martin. Here's the San Francisco Spirit, part of the Hornblower Bay Cruise fleet. And they have come steaming into McCovey Cove. It's part of their San Francisco Bay Cruise. They're all posing for a photo in front of AT&T Park. There goes Furcal. High in the air along the right field line. Sanchez tearing down into the bullpen area. Can't quite get there. Wow.
He can cover some ground, can he? Of course, it helps when the pop-up's been up in the air for 14 seconds.
That was a big pop-up. It's Freddie Sanchez. I mean, he's got a big league streak going right there. If you're on the mound, you see guys busting their tail like that behind you. Yeah, you're happy he's on your team. That's a guy you'll definitely protect.
Furcal was running on that last pitch. And now he's back to the bag. He had actually taken a little bit of a step just before he was driven back to the bag. There's the captain of the San Francisco Spirit. There he goes. He is out.
Boy,
nice throw by Whiteside.
And you know what makes the play? Obviously, the throw was fantastic, but it was a little high, and it was Freddie Sanchez, and you watch him put the tag on. It is a quick tag, and that's what makes the play. Watch the footwork. Great step and throw, strike, and bang. He just slaps it in a real time, and it was a very fast slap tag right on the dome.
He was right there straddling the bag. Sometimes now you'll see an infielder take that throw in front of the bag at second base and then have to reach back, which takes longer. That's all for Russell Martin. And a nice inning for Romo. Top of the order coming for the Giants. Bullpen in relief of John Eli. And Troncoso has not had a very good year. You see his numbers there. 6 home runs allowed in 33 innings, a .573 earned run average.
He's still got good stuff. I mean, he'll run it up there 90-94 with lots of movement. He can get some ground balls. Good hard slider. That's a strikeout pitch.
Troncoso will be moved into the number 7 spot in the order by Joe Torre, and Jamie Carroll, who pinch hit for Eli, stays into play second base. There he is, number 14. So they like Carroll for his defense, because Troncoso will be due up before Carroll will be due up. It's a reverse double switch. So here is Andres Torres to lead off for the Giants. He is 1 for 3. They need base runners, down by 3. And the Dodger bullpen is very busy, even as Troncoso takes the mound here. The left-hander is George Sherrill, and the right-hander, number 45, the former Giant, Justin Miller. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Giants bullpen also has some action going. There is Jeremy Affeldt, number 41, the left-hander. Torres, then Freddie Sanchez and Pablo Sandoval.
due up for the Giants here in the 8th inning.
Look at that right here.
A little bit high. 2-1. Sandoval in the hole. Two and two. 35,289 the official paid attendance at AT&T Park tonight. So a bigger crowd than last night, but still about 6,000 shy of a sellout. Tomorrow, the finale of the series at 12:45. That one's back to the screen. 2-2. Giants got their only run in the first inning when Torres doubled. With 1 out. He had gone to third on a fly ball. With 1 out, Aubrey Huff hit a fly ball to get him home. They have not scored since. Back out of play into the second deck. The Dodgers got a run in the first inning on a 2-out single by James Loney, and they broke the 1-1 tie in the 5th inning on a 2-out 2-run single by the same James Loney.
That foul ball found a good home.
Curveball misses. Full count now. Here is Sanchez on deck. John Eli went 7 innings, allowed 1 run and 5 hits. Left center field, and Kemp gets there. Hits the deck after the lunging backhanded catch. He ran about 2.5 miles to get to that one.
Well, I already had double written down in my book, and I'm not sure Reed Johnson gets to this one. This is a great play. This gives you an idea of what Gold Glove range is. Boy, completely extended out down to his belly. Watch the extension on the catch. Boy, that is disheartening if you're a Giant. That's a great play.
Now Freddie Sanchez, and there's ball 1.
Good at bat, a 2-strike at bat, finds an opposite gap. They were playing him over in right center. And that's the guy that ruined the party.
Wow. Matt Kemp, Gold Glover last year. That one is out of play off the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sanchez, who has walked, singled, and grounded out. Kemp wearing a lot of the AT&T Park warning track now over his Dodger blue jersey.
And you can hardly read LA. It looks like it's smoggy on his chest.
Ethier, 2 men gone. And now Pablo Sandoval.
Well, it's Rusty Phillips' birthday. One of the best camera people in the business. And pretty good surfer. A regular out there at Ocean Beach saying hi to Mom up at Santa Rosa. So, Rusty, happy birthday, Meat. And he is the 26th Giant down there in the Giants dugout.
Pablo Sandoval, 1 for 3. And there's ball 1. Is that Rusty's shot?
That's Rusty's shot.
Try to hold it. Rusty, try to hold it a little more steady.
It's his birthday.
2-0 to Sandoval. And there he is again. Oh, that's a very steady shot. Excellent.
It's not in focus, but it's a steady shot.
Two 2-0 the count. And that one slashed foul into the seats off to the left. 2-1 now to Pablo. Troncoso Having retired both Torres with considerable help from Matt Kemp and then Sanchez. 2 down, nobody on. Aubrey Huff on deck. Giants offense has disappeared since they put 5 runs on the board against the Red Sox here on Friday night. Three and 1 to Pablo Sandoval. 6 runs in the last 4 games for the Giants, including this one. Base hit. Sandoval is 2 for 4.
So a little 2-out thunder here. Right now you want to get the tying run to the plate. So the Giants need some base runners. Chip away, chip away.
You got the left-handed batting Huff coming up, and Torrey's got his left-hander Sherrill ready in the bullpen. And he's going to make the move here without hesitation. So Aubrey Huff with a runner at first and 2 down in the 8th inning to face this man, his former teammate from Baltimore. For the Baltimore Orioles, when Aubrey Huff was an Oriole. Huff is 0 for 4 lifetime against Sherrill, who is generally pretty tough against lefties. He's been struggling, though, and gave up a game-winning home run to Robinson Cano, a left-handed batter with the Yankees on Sunday night. First time that any lefty had taken him deep in a couple of years.
You know, 16 walks in 18 innings and 40 base runners in 18 2/3 innings. I mean, that's not good.
And he had Huff jumping out of the way, but that one spun in there for a strike.
That was a big league slider right there. I mean, Sherrill's going to give you a low 90s cut fastball and a hard slider, and here's a hard slider. Look out.
One and two.
Well, if he's been struggling, it didn't look like on those last 2 sliders. Those are big league, nasty sliders.
Well, lefties, even with all of his trials and travails this year, lefties are only hitting .206 against him. And that just went down. He makes short work of Aubrey Huff. And we move to the 9th. Andre Ethier coming up. 4-1 LA.
1 error for the Dodgers, 1 run and 6 hits and 1 error for the Giants. And the Giants have a new pitcher. It's going to be Jeremy Affeldt. He'll come into this game. It's the 28th time that he has come in. And he, like Dan Runzler, is coming off of a very solid outing this last performance against the Red Sox. And the Giants need their lefties, and they're starting to throw the ball consistently with command of the strike zone. And that'll be, again, the key that we'll watch closely tonight for Affeldt. Affeldt, when he is on, he'll throw a low to mid-90s fastball with sink and a big curveball, and occasionally he'll throw a Fosh at you, which is kind of a split between the ring and middle fingers.
The Fosh ball?
The Fosh.
One ball and no strikes to Andre Ethier. Affeldt, the 5th Giants pitcher. In his last outing or two, with hopeful signs that maybe he's starting to find himself. But he has started behind Andre Ethier, 2 balls and no strikes. Ethier has walked and scored a run, struck out, popped up to second, and he got an infield hit in the 7th inning. So he is 1 for 3 officially. In the Dodger bullpen, the right-hander Justin Miller stays up. The Giants have Pat Burrell, Juan Uribe, and Matt Whiteside due up in the last of the 9th inning. 4-1, the Dodgers are leading. And I said Matt Whiteside, an old relief pitcher. That's Eli Whiteside, the Giants catcher.
Good friend of Matt Whiteside's on there.
They're pretty tight, are they?
Yeah, they are tonight.
Eli, I'm not Matt Whiteside. Well, the Giants' offense has gone missing the last 4 days, all here at home. That game in San Diego's over, by the way. And a fastball for a strike. Full count. The Colorado Rockies have defeated the San Diego Padres 6-3. That's 2 wins in a row for Colorado down in San Diego. Broke his bat. And Torria gets him 1 away. Matt Cain was the starter, went 5, allowed 4 runs, 7 hits. Mota went 1 shutout inning. So did Runzler, as well as Romo. Affeldt on here in the 9th. Matt Kemp. What a play he made against Andres Torres. Now a pop fly. Burrowed in a hurry. No. And Kemp with a big turn will go back to first with a single. His 2nd straight single. Kemp has a lot of power, and Burrow is playing him deep. Now here comes James Loney. There's Burrow moving back into position. James Loney has knocked in 3 of the Dodgers' 4 runs. Dodgers back in the 60s had a first baseman who was a great fielding first baseman and a very fast runner who was a pretty good hitter but not a power hitter, Wes Parker. And Wes Parker one year had 10 home runs and 111 RBIs. And it's almost that kind of a season that Loney is putting together so far this year. Right now he's on pace for about those same numbers, about 10 homers and about 110, 111 RBIs. Foul ball.
When he was first coming up, Bill Miller was a hitting coach for the Dodgers, and we were behind the cage one day as he was taking batting practice, and Bill Miller said, if you watch this guy take batting practice, he squares up more balls than anybody else in this club. And he says it's not even close. And I watched him through 3 rounds of BP as they were sitting there talking, and it was uncanny as to it was just solid contact after solid contact after solid contact.
And the other thing that he has done as he has grown as a professional is that he has gotten more patience, and he works himself into nice counts to hit in because of his patience. Uses the whole field. He does what good average hitters do. Hits the ball hard consistently and uses the whole field.
Whiteside just in time. Both Whiteside and Affeldt had the same idea on that one, that they were going to go after that ball, and finally Whiteside was able to, I guess, what, does he call him off there, Mike?
Yeah, you could see him. He had his hand out and basically waving off. Watch the hand go up, say, I have it, I have it. His momentum's going to the play, so the footwork's going to be a whole lot easier for him. If Affeldt gets that pitch, he's got to do a 360 and make a throw. And you can see that it all worked out for the good. Nice play.
So if Affeldt had been a right-handed pitcher, could have been an easier play for him, depending on how he went after the ball.
It would have been a little bit easier, but I don't think it would have been easier than the catcher's play.
Okay, so catcher's play all the way. Now Casey Blake. Affeldt looked relieved to see Whiteside take charge on it, too. Casey Blake has walked, flied out to center, singled home a run. He's got the only RBI other than those driven in by James Loney, who's had 3 of the 4 Dodger runs accounted for. Blake was walked intentionally his last time, so 1 hit, 2 at bats officially, and that's a strike. 4-1 Dodgers. The Giants' last chance, last of the 9th, with Burrell, Uribe, and Whiteside due up. And Justin Miller, the right-hander, the former Giant, is the lone Dodger up in the bullpen. Check swing. 2-1. So maybe Justin Miller's going to be the closer tonight.
It might be, but the way George Sherrill threw those pitches to Aubrey Huff to end things for the Giants in the 8th inning, I think Rick Honeycutt and Joe Torre are talking about letting him start in this inning.
Well, he's been a closer, so he's got closing experience. He made the All-Star team in the American League as the closer for Baltimore. Facing lefties, righties, whoever. He faced all comers. The Giants have Burrell, Uribe, Whiteside due up. Last chance. Is the closer for the Dodgers on this night. But Jonathan Broxton not available after his long night Sunday against the Yankees. And so here is Miller. Been in 11 games this year, 14 in the 3rd innings with 14 hits allowed. He has 19 strikeouts. I saw him at Fenway Park about 9 days ago, faced the Red Sox, and he basically threw nothing but sliders. So here is Burrell to lead off against him. And the slider for a strike.
You're going to see a lot of breaking balls, curveballs, sliders, cutters. But he struck out 19 and 14 to third against just 3 walks. He's had great command. He's known the ball well.
1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow, 12:45, baseball in the sunshine in San Francisco. Jonathan Sanchez against Vicente Padilla. That one inside. 2-1 to Burrell. Burrell 0 for 3 lifetime against Miller. So it's a small sampling, but still not very good for Burrell. 3 at bats, 3 strikeouts. And a fastball back to the screen. Juan Uribe on deck. Burrell in this game has walked, struck out looking, and singled. So he's 1 for 2. Hitting .333 with the Giants. And he reached out to get a piece of that breaking ball. Miller has had numbers in the past, especially when he was with the Florida Marlins, that a guy who was throwing 95-mile-an-hour fastballs would expect to have. He's had some big strikeout years. Ooh, that one, the 2-seamer ran in on Burrell. He was lunging in toward the plate. The ball glanced off the bat, foul.
Well, he's kind of where he wants to be. I mean, he grew up in Torrance, Southern California kid. And he's way into tattoos. He's got them all over his body. And if you look on his back, he's got an LA that goes from his shoulder down to his.
That ball is hit deep. That ball is way, way back there. And goodbye. It's 4-2. Pat Burrell plants one of the bleachers. And the Giants are 1 run closer.
Dodgers are not going to get up. Jonathan Broxton tonight. They said they're not going to throw Han-Chi Kuo. It's going to be Justin Miller. And that is our hit of the game, brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Visit CacheCreek.com for upcoming events. And get to Cache Creek and celebrate this swing in the bat. For Pat Burrell, it is his 5th home run as a Giant. And that was a wake-up call.
Uribe. Ball 1. Well, Miller could not put Burrell away. 3rd home run allowed by Miller this year in 14 1/3 innings. And the Dodgers bullpen is working. Ronald Belisario getting ready.
He's their big sinker specialist.
Uribe chasing the high fastball. Fouled it straight back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there is Travis Ishikawa out on deck with Whiteside due next.
Pretty easy take right there. Count leverage as a pitcher. You have a 1-2 count. You want to make something a little more enticing than that. And not only was that an easy take, but that didn't set up anything. He's nervous.
Blake was near the line to begin with and throws him out. And I have a feeling Uribe would like to see that same pitch and try it again, because that one just kind of sat out there out over the plate. Now Ishikawa.
Well, it had some hang time. Tried to pull it. Probably would have been better off going the opposite way, where it was off the plate just a little bit away. And Miller gets a big out.
Giants need a base runner to be able to send the possible tying run to the plate. Ishikawa has been outstanding as a pinch hitter. 9 hits in 17 at bats. Best pinch hit batting average in the majors. He has a homer as a pinch hitter as well. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-0. Edgar Renteria out on deck. Backing out of play. 2-1.
That's the way you're supposed to swing the bat, too. That was a good rip. Mr. Miller with a 2-run lead to the 2-0 count. He's got a challenge. He's got to make Ishikawa swing the bat. And Ishikawa's got power.
Two and two now. Ishikawa last year, when he played a lot of first base for the Giants, and he was a very good hitter in this ballpark. He hit almost not at all when the Giants were on the road, but in this ballpark, he hit well. The backdoor slider down and away. 3-2. And a high fly ball. And Matt Kemp. 2 men down. That leaves it to Renteria. Not this time for Ishikawa. Renteria 0 for 3, 0 for 7 in the series. Tonight he is struck out, grounded out to third, and grounded into a double play as Buster Posey comes out on deck. Last chance for the Giants. Ball 1 off the outside with a fastball. The Dodgers 3-run 5th inning. That broke a 1-1 tie. They've led ever since. Strike at the knees. The only ball that Edgar has hit out of the infield the last 2 nights was the final out last night. That was one of 2 balls that he hit out of the infield. The other one was that pop fly that was turned into a double play. So Edgar has not made solid contact in this series. 1-2. That's sinking, and it's in there. Base hit. So Edgar's first hit of the series will make Buster Posey the possible tying run. Buster becomes the final non-pitcher available to Bruce Bochy, and here comes Joe Torre. He's got Belisario ready. Belisario coming in. Buster Posey. Belisario coming in to face him. 4-2. Last of the ninth with 2 down. bullpen with 2 down, a runner at first, and the possible tying run of the game. At the plate, the pinch hitter, Buster Posey. And here we go, 4-2 LA. Line drive caught by Furcal, and just like that, this ball game has ended. Buster Posey hit one right on the nose, but right to Furcal.
Well, I mean, that was the plan. You saw him talking to Pat Brill before he came up, and be aggressive, look for something on a challenge basis with a fastball first pitch with big sink. He put a good swing on it, hit a rocket, and it found a glove. And that was that kind of night.
The Dodgers have taken